I found out early on that if you can whittle things down to just one thing, you become unstoppable. Unfortunately, people resist whittling things down to one thing because it's really hard to decide what that one thing is. People have a very easy time telling you what their top three or their top five things are because hopefully the right ones are in there, somewhere. But sort of painting the waterfront, I can't tell you how many board meetings I've been in where a CEO would put, PowerPoint slide up, and it's like one bullet after another. These are all the things that are our priorities. And you just know that, you're going to be a mile wide and an inch deep. You're going to be swimming in glue, moving like molasses. I mean, the energy is leaving my body already just watching, a long list of priorities. I'd rather have that conversation, if I could only do one thing. Because now we're getting to the point of what really matters here. What is really, really important and what is just lesser important and what is not important at all. And, you go to MBA school, they're really, really good at, describing the entire waterfront, but I just want to know that one thing. And it's such a hard conversation, and it's a high-risk conversation because you could be wrong. Well, that's exactly the point, that you could be wrong. And by the way, if you have 10, by the way, you're already wrong now because you have 10 instead of 1, So, in other words, you have already basically devalued, what you should be doing because you're time sharing now with all these other things, right? So, I like to do things in sequence. In other words, prioritize. Even if you're not sure, do it anyways, okay? Because in the process of doing, you're going to find out whether you're right or wrong or somewhere in between. And then you can adjust, right? But just pull it apart. Sequence yourself, then start. By the way, things are going to go much quicker because you have a much narrower plane of attack. So it's energizing. The pace picks up, all these kinds of things. And you will figure out whether you were right or wrong because as you're progressing, you're going to find out whether this was a good call or a bad call.